Declassified documents reveal Project Horizon, the lunar outpost of the U.S. Army, according to claims. Declassified documents reveal Project Horizon 1959 plans of the United States Army to build a manned nuclear outpost. To be second to the Soviet Union in establishing an outpost on the moon would be disastrous to our nation's prestige and in turn to our democratic philosophy. Although it is contrary to United States policy, the Soviet Union in establishing the first permanent base may claim the moon or critical areas thereof for its own, said Project Horizon. It is not a secret that Earth's moon has been considered as a critical strategic celestial body. Looking back at history, we will find that numerous countries had planned scientific outposts on its surface. However, there are certain documents that have only recently revealed militarization projects of the moon. There is a requirement for manned military outposts on the moon. The lunar outpost is required to develop and protect potential United States interests on the moon, to develop techniques in moon-based surveillance of the Earth and space, in communications relay, and in operations on the surface of the moon, to serve as a base for exploration of the moon, for further exploration into space, and for military operations on the moon if required, and to support scientific investigations on the moon. On June 9, 1959, the United States government decided that the construction of a lunar outpost is of great importance to the country. Project Horizon, the establishment of a lunar outpost, was created in response to growing interest of other nations like the Soviet Union in the militarization and exploration of the moon. However, its primary goal was to protect potential United States interests on the lunar surface. During 1959, the space race was adopting a whole new level. 2 years after the initial proposal of Project Horizon, the first Apollo mission would launch on October 27, 1961, creating a new chapter in the history of mankind. However, countries around the globe, primarily the US and the Soviet Union, were not only planning traveling to the moon and placing astronauts into orbit around the planet, their plans were way ahead of the time, and they had numerous projects already lined up that would have kick-started the militarization of our solar system. The rapid advances in propulsion, electronics, and space medicine and other astronomical sciences of the 1950s would have allowed the successful construction of a military outpost on the moon. To be second to the Soviet Union in establishing an outpost on the moon would be disastrous to our nation's prestige and in turn to our democratic philosophy. Although it's contrary to United States policy, the Soviet Union in establishing the first permanent base may claim the moon or critical areas thereof for its own, said Project Horizon. The outpost was planned to be sufficient in size in order to contain sufficient equipment that would later be used in the militarization and exploration of the moon. The military outpost was designed in order to allow the survival and moderate constructive activity of one person and 10 to 20 on a sustained basis. During planning, researchers considered that the outpost needs to be designed for expansion facilities, supply and operation of personnel in order to maintain the maximum extension of sustained occupancy. The futuristic project of 1959 was planned to be self-sufficient for as long as possible without any additional support from our Earth. However, not only was Project Horizon the first step of lunar militarization, the base was designed so it could serve as a permanent manned installation on the moon, which eventually would allow the investigation of scientific, commercial, and military potential on the lunar surface. The lunar outpost was intended to serve as an observation post, which would facilitate in the near future travel between Earth, the moon, and eventual exploration of our solar system and outer space. Purpose of the lunar outpost? The establishment of a manned U.S. outpost on the moon will demonstrate the U.S. scientific leadership in outer space, support scientific exploration investigations, extend and improve space reconnaissance, and surveillance capabilities and control of space, extend and improve communications and serve as a communication relay station, provide a basic and supporting research laboratory for space research and development activity, develop a stable low-gravity outpost for use as a launch site for deep space exploration, provide an opportunity for scientific exploration and development of a space mapping and survey system, provide an emergency staging area, rescue capability, or navigational aid for other space activity. Project Horizon included a sophisticated defense system that would be incorporated into the Lunar Outpost, and the base would be defended against Soviet overland attack by man-fired weapons. Unguided Davy Crockett rockets with low-yield nuclear warheads, conventional Claymore mines modified to puncture pressure suits. So take into account that all of this was possible in 1959. Over half a century later, with the numerous technological advances, just imagine what we are capable of. And this is on Collective Spark. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.